have the other ones available in there.
Wait.
But
What? So, Luke, what are you drinking today? Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
I mean, a bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Ojo! I learned my lessons from last night. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
I'm going to give you a favor, James. I just say, no ukulele.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like one of our draw streams, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Woo! Yes! There we are, guys. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of A Drink With Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns. Because I'm kind of done with mainstream. Mainstream kind of sucks. It's kind of boring, and indie is where the passion is.
100%.
So yes. Happy Easter, guys, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah, happy Easter, guys.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you mean you are not a YouTuber? I mean, you make YouTube videos, therefore you are a YouTuber. Right?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's like the consequence of doing YouTube, but not because I actually want to do this, although I don't mind talking to you, Marinus, here on this live stream.
Good.
Good. So it's not a punishment, but it's if I could make comics without the YouTube thing, I would do that.
Yeah. You are you if I'm reading it correctly, is this some kind of a necessary evil?
Yeah. Nowadays people just want to see the creators, plus they need to know about you, and so you need to use all platforms possible to get out there, show yourself, talk about your products. Plus, I like helping other creators. I know when I started out that I needed help from other creators to get the word out, to reach a bigger audience, because there are more people who don't know about the book than people who do know, right? So even when you are like relatively successful, there are still more people out there who never heard about the book, right?
True.
So you need to keep doing this. Every time you need you maybe reach new people. So
yeah, we need to do the Rob Liefeld thing, right? You need to show your face everywhere, talk about your book, right?
Yeah, be a jerk.
Talk trash to your fans and then say, "Hey, buy my book."
Yeah, and run a Kickstarter and then don't deliver the book for 10 years.
Oh man, he still.
So why does no one talk about that? Why that's what I don't get. So his Brigade campaign is 10 years. It's from 10 years ago. He never delivered.
He never delivered. He just run with the money, and people say, "Well, he's a good creator. He's the best creator, dude. He's scum." And well, I don't know this guy, but if you are running a Kickstarter, you run with the money, right? You don't need that money, right? You're a big man. You make millions. Just deliver those books, man.
Yeah.
People invest in your product.
But at least he's coming back with Youngblood.
Yeah, I'm totally not interested.
No.
I mean, I didn't buy the original Youngblood. I am not interested in this one.
This is the thing also, with when Image started, you had these guys with their own characters and so there was like promise there. You had a lot of new stuff, new characters, and we wanted to know what was going on. We wanted to buy and read comics, and after some years, we kind of had to accept that overall there wasn't much there besides like the basic concept of we have new superheroes and that's it. But there wasn't really like any substantial story.
Yeah.
Except for the Savage Dragon and Spawn started well.
Yeah, Spawn was cool, in the beginning, and then it went in some kind of a weird direction with weird stuff and detectives and very dark art. I mean, with dark, I don't mean stories dark, but very muddy, sketchy looking art. I was totally not invested anymore. I stopped at issue number 100, maybe a little bit sooner with Spawn, and then I didn't look back at all. Right?
Was that after the energy bar was empty? You had this.
Yeah. I still don't know what happened to him. Right?
No, me neither. I can't really remember, but it wasn't really that big of a deal.
Right.
Because the comic just continued. So yeah.
Exactly. So this energy bar went low, and then but then something should happen then, and then oh no, it's
game over.
It just was all hook, line, and sinker thing, I guess.
Oh wait, I think David is also.
He said he was in the back
room. David, are you ready, sir?
Room. Yeah.
Are you ready? Is David ready? David's ready. There we go. David.
Woo! Let's go.
Hey man.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Don't you know, Marinus? The life bar, it remained at 1 point. 1 point. Before, if it gets to 0, he goes to hell and that's over. But as it was in 1 point left, there was this old guy called Coglistro.
Oh yeah.
Who taught him how to use his powers without draining his energy power.
So when that was a what is the word that I'm looking for?
Deus ex machina.
Yes.
So, okay, but oh Jesus. Okay, but so he still has 0.0 bar.
Yeah, I think at some point, like he kills the devil and he basically becomes the devil, so that's irrelevant.
Okay, so his energy bars then be filled up again.
I have no idea. So whatever it does, it's
okay.
All right.
It works.
Welcome, David.
Hey,
welcome, man.
Thank you for having me in. Hi, Dave.
Yeah,
Hi,
of course. You're
Marinus.
You're part of this. You're part of this. Oh, all right. Let me first say hi to the chat, guys.
Oh yeah.
So first in was David. He says, "Let's go," and now he's here. It's remarkable. All right. And then we have Soul Iron is also here in the chat. That's cool. Someone in need of a ranch sheriff? Yes, sir. You're very, very welcome. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Mike is also here.
Hey, Mike.
He says, back this book of the brave, the bold, the bountiful breast, and the biological beasts of brawn. All right. Welcome, Mike. And here is the link of today's campaign. I pinned it in the chat, guys, so go check that out. And Mike continues, Gemini Crusaders, the Avengers pair sporting poignant pairs. And Bertolt.
All right.
And Bertram.
Yeah, with Bertram.
It's Bertram, right?
Bertram, yeah.
Bertram. All right.
Maybe Bertolt is a guy with a mask that almost gets killed. Yeah, he's part of the story too.
Welcome, 58 Underground.
Hey, man.
Welcome. And Mike says, by the way, I changed my mind after seeing your latest X post about it. I prefer that yellow-colored Safeguard pencils cover. Well, the yellow one was indeed the one that most people preferred. So that's the one we're going with, because I listen to people. Also, people could choose which crowdfunding platform they preferred, and the vast majority wanted Fund My Comic. So
really,
Safeguard is launching on Fund My Comic somewhere early next month.
That's interesting. I mean, there was a time that people only preferred Indiegogo, right?
I think Indiegogo is on the way out.
Yeah,
it's not that popular no more.
No,
Not really. No.
still,
I mean,
you know,
I mean, it works. I like that you buy stuff and the money goes right away. Like I like that about Indiegogo. I don't really like how all the others work, where you have to wait till the campaign fulfills and then you have funds. And
with Kickstarter, there's like always backers dropping out, and
yeah. I mean, that's the one part that I really like about Indiegogo.
Vroege Oosteren, hier Frostbeulen. Frostboilen. Today was quite hot here, and you're wearing pullovers.
Yeah, well, it's not hot here.
No, it's so cold here, actually. Yes.
No. It's still, well, it's not freezing, but it's still maybe 8 degrees or something like that. I'm not sure.
10 years brigade is a joke, like the creator. All right.
Is this a drama channel? So can we, like, explode or like, no, chill.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
Darius Artist is here with us, a steady chat visitor. Thank you for being here, sir. He says, gotta love Angel Medina's Era of Spawn. Yeah.
Angel Medina was super cool. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he was also on the Kiss comics. I never cared for the Kiss, but Angel Medina's art on the Kiss comics from Image.
That
was fun. It was fun. Yeah. I mean, it was not really a story. It was very small, horror-esque stories. It was pretty fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I wonder
if weird as hell, but it was fun. Yeah. It was super well drawn. The Kiss comic.
100%. Yeah. Sorry.
I wonder if Medina got the Spawn job because he drew like McFarlane, or McFarlane asked him to draw like him.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what happened there.
Is he still doing stuff? I have to find out. I mean, he has a very unique style, I must say. I really enjoyed that. Very over exaggerated body proportions and stuff. Very bold and popping colors. Real nice. Yeah.
Right. All right. Before we continue the chat about Gemini Crusaders and about the creative process, I need to ask you both the question first. Is what are you drinking right now? So, Marinus, what are you drinking? Cola. Excellent.
Pepsi.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you, David?
I'm at the moment nothing, but
what is there on your shelf?
I have a grappa.
Grappa?
It's a bit heavy for right now. I have that. Or I have a coffee, a cold brew coffee. I don't know.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Coffee. That's coffee?
Yes.
In a bottle.
Yeah. Pretty weird.
All right.
Yeah. This is good. This is like 3 mixtures of different grapes. Why is it? It's the mirror inverted thing. Yeah. Or whatever.
I have that too.
It's actually it's like 3 different grape types mixed together to make this grappa.
So, okay.
Maybe I'll have some of that a little bit later.
David must drink.
I could. Sure. Do I have a glass here?
David Feet, you're so much into comics drama, it makes me wonder if you're reading gossip magazines in your lunch break.
No. Comicsgate is my gossip magazine.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the gossip.
I don't read that. I just watch Trashcast. That's my gossip magazine for now.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry.
So you're both like comic creators now, because David already made comics. You have your own series, Red Eyes. You're in issue 4 right now. Is
issue 4 is in production right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
excellent.
I am.
You have a running Kickstarter also for that right now.
No, just Indiegogo.
Indiegogo,
right now.
But active campaign.
Yeah.
So people can back it right now.
Right now, people can go to Indiegogo and back Red Eyes 4. Yes.
Red Eyes 4.
To help me out with the production. But however, the show today is with Gemini Crusaders. So go back Gemini Crusader, and when
look, man, you're right here. You're right here. Feel free to take feel free to take a minute from Marinus' time
Yeah.
to show your own little book, right? You have a series also.
Show your book, man. Show your hardcover. Show those Alan Goldman covers that you have that we talked about. Show everything, man. Come on. You're
So
a
we
comic
got
creator.
this bad boy over here available on the campaign. This
Wow.
hardcover is issues 1, 2, 3 together.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
That's
Holy shit.
issue 1. Bam. We'll go a little bit of issue 2. Bam. And all the way to issue 3. Bam. It's pretty thick, as you can see.
Yeah.
Available. Also, you know, with the purchase of Red Ice 4, if you are into that. This is the
David has that
that's the
pixelated.
cover for issue. Oh wait. Like this. There you go. That's the cover of issue 3.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting yourself into. And we also have this is the monster manual of issue, also the how do you say, level 3, so to speak. Where it's like a really cool illustration. But we're gonna have a new one. Each campaign has had a new monster manual, and this is kind of how they look like.
I like this one. It's nice.
Wow.
Sometimes there's like really cool monsters. Sometimes that's a little bit of a good old sexy pinup, as you do. I got one from this is one of my favorites. Like this.
Oh.
Bam! From your girl, Rainy Draws.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice.
Super cool.
Nice, man.
So
Wow.
that is what I can offer you guys. There you go. 1 minute of promotion, Red Ice.
Perfect. Well done, man. Well done. And Solion is dropping the link to your campaign, so go check
thank
that
you.
out,
Thank
guys. Go
Yeah,
check
danke.
it out.
Offizier, danke.
Back it.
Right. So Marinus, what's your story then? Because you didn't start out as at least you
No.
started out as a reviewer, comic book reviewer, comic book fan, comic book reader. At some point you decided I'm going to make my own book.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I was inspired by other creators like you, Dave, and David, and a whole lot of other people. And I said, man, they create something from their minds and they put it on paper, and somebody draws it and it comes to life. And it was so amazing to me. And yeah, I always thought, can I do it? Should I do it? And you know, I just take the plunge. I said, you know, I'm gonna try it. And we'll see where it goes. But I think I'm doing not a bad job at this moment. Yes, this is my first campaign. Yes, I have to prove myself to a lot of people. But still, I think this is something that you want to read because we are very something unique. And it, you know, like it comes from stuff that we have read before, but also something new and fresh that nobody has read before. You know, that's just speaking of the concept of this campaign. But you know, I always like going back. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I always go back to the past and see what makes me happy over there, and I hopefully can implement that little bit, what makes me happy and what I think it's cool and awesome, into the books. And because you know, there was back in the day was more, what's the word I'm looking for? It was more something that really sprung from your mind, from your imagination, right? Instead of basically, you know, rehashing or copying from others, which is not a bad thing, but it has to be original and fun and, you know, something unique. Maybe it comes to the story or maybe with the designs. And I'm a big fan of old school science fiction, you know, from the 70s and 80s. I really like that. It was dark, it was gritty, it was mature. And also like, you know, fantasy stuff. So I'm coming from a little bit from both worlds, but I think if you are a science fiction geek nerd, you automatically also like the other one a little bit, or maybe both, or maybe one more than the other. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'm going to do a little bit of a blend. It is more fantasy, but it has science fiction elements in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So with your history as a reviewer, so and a collector, because you have like weekly unboxings almost.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of books, you read a lot of comics. So do you think that there's still like that there are still new concepts to be thought of, or has everything been done?
No, absolutely not. And I'm proof of that. And I'm not, you know, here to brag, but you know, that is what it is. I bring something new to the table. I bring something fresh to the table. And this is not me promoting, my book in general, but I really truly think that what you see here in these pages, you have never, ever, ever, ever seen before. And therefore it's fresh and therefore it's new. But it really depends how far you want to go with your vision, with your creation, and what springs from your mind, right? I mean, you can do whatever you want, but what I'm doing is a little bit going beyond what other people are doing when it comes to designs, when it comes to the concept, when it comes to the looks. And I think, like I said, I think I bring something new and fresh and unique. Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
remember when someone mentioned in the chat Attack on Titan, and I remember when Attack on Titan began, I thought it was going to be different than the typical, kaiju kind of series or giant mech kind of series. So, this is cool. This is original. Also, the design is original. That's for sure. But at some point, like the main protagonist also gets the power to become one of these monsters, and I was like, no, you kind of ruined the thing that made it super original. It was monsters against these, also humans against these monsters.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like, no, one of them can also transform, and so he fights for the humanity.
Exactly.
I was like, I mean, it is certainly original, but I think with that, it lost the really edge of being different than the rest. That is my opinion on Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that one of the girls are being super duper transformed into one of those living bioweapons, these pylons. That's not going to happen, but you can say, if you just, when it comes to reference, you can say Evangelion, those anime when people pilot robots. And there is this concept about girls in robots, right? Because there was in the beginning the original idea, but I want to deviate that because yes, these are girls that are piloting these things, but these are not basically robots, right? They are basically living beings.
Yeah.
That is the difference. And it has a very distinctive look. It's not, mechs and shoulder, well, there's a shoulder cannon, but different.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, I think that something that also makes it original. Usually, in these mech shows, like the mech itself, it's almost like a character where the guy has like a name, maybe even a personality, and grows and improves. And this is completely different. This is rather like a hopeless situation where each of these pylons is more like a weapon they have. And when it runs out of ammo, or basically when it's broken beyond repair, it's gone forever. So it's like, oh shit, this one is dead, and we need to find a new one. This desperation within the story is like, oh my god, to me that makes it original. The search for a new pylon. How is the new pylon gonna look? What kind of new weapons is it gonna bring to the table?
When do you find it, right? And can you actually activate it? It's not that you say, okay, I'm going to pick this weapon up and I'm throwing it away and there's another weapon there and I'm going to grab it. No, it's not how it works. I mean, if you are under attack and suddenly your pylon, your bioweapon is destroyed and the other creature is alive, what are you going to do? Right? You have
These pylons are technically mindless creatures. Or do they have a brain? Do they think? Are they aware?
Yeah, they are aware. They basically guide the pilots to do what they needed to do. The aliens, the original owners of the pylons, they know exactly what they did because they basically created the pylons, and their own home planet. But these girls, these are living in medieval times. There is no knowledge about technology or advancement or even stars and aliens and, things that look different, buttons, flashing lights, things that speak in their minds. It's all to them blasphemy and, demonic speak, or even speaking from the higher planes, like the heavens or something. They don't know what it is, and it makes them afraid. But the pylons basically said, hey, we're on your side and we're going to help you defeat those creatures. Not with words, but there is the feeling that they are safe in those pylons. And these pylons do everything that they can to destroy the alien beings that invade the kingdom, right? Because these pylons are basically exterminators. They are being created to exterminate that evil alien vermin. That's how the best I can describe it.
Right. So this is something that has been going on for centuries.
Yes.
Right.
Hundreds of years. Exactly.
Okay.
And even
right.
before that, on the other planet.
We have a question from Mike. He says, question for David. At what point did you realize that Marinus was designing a Warhammer fantasy story without even knowing anything about Warhammer?
Oh, you know what? That's true. Warhammer has all this really eclectic stuff within the lore.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know the lore of Warhammer. I'm just dipping my toes in that lore a little bit, but it's so much. I said, you know what? I want to just play the game. I'm not really interested in that lore. It's too much. But somehow I drip feed it, but it was not in my mind when I created this story. But maybe David can answer that a little bit.
I mean, I also kind of dipped my toes in it. I'm not really like an expert. I really like the feeling of it. You know, the Emperor protects and all this really exaggerated over the top religious connotations. You know, like you have to bless the weapons before you use them, or because in that universe, it's like if you don't, then you get possessed by demons, and then you're basically fucked. So
yes,
it's cool, but I don't know. I've tried to play, but it's expensive beyond belief. This little thing.
Really?
And then I got myself some of those little things. I got this bad boy.
Oh, that's cool.
Which you have to put together.
That's a pylon.
That's a you know, inspiration. Talking about wait a minute.
War of the Worlds.
But you gotta paint them as well. That's also like a hassle. And the thing is, like, this is one of the cool ones, right? Like, oh my god! But actually, the normal ones, they're like super small. They're like this. The regular soldier guys.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? What's the trick, Mario?
You need a better camera.
There you go. Is that the trick?
That's the Marinus move.
The Marinus move. There you go.
The Marinus move.
Bam. And like a box with 8 of these guys costs like 30 francs, you know, and 30 francs that gets you like nothing. You need to get like dozens of these things to be able to play a decent game of Warhammer. So I like the lore is incredible, but the game is prohibitively expensive, unfortunately.
Yeah. So did it start as the game? I don't really know how Warhammer started. It's not a Warhammer stream, but just curious. Just now, did it start as the game, and around that they built this story, this lore, or was it something else that became the game? You know,
I have no idea. I think it started with the game, and the game was a copy of other stuff. Or I even heard like they used to do toys for other companies, and then over time they started to make their own thing.
Yes.
But as far as I know, Warhammer, they copied a lot from Dune and Star Wars and what's the other thing, and something else I don't remember right now. But it's like an amalgamation of all these different lores, basically.
Yeah, true.
You must construct additional pylons.
All there is. Yeah. So.
Okay.
That's all there is.
That's all.
Warhammer isn't that focused on boobs, though.
No,
that's too bad.
No, it's basically the opposite. It's full armor, right? Full armor.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that animation with the Warhammer. Man, it was so sick. The latest one, probably David Feet knows that.
Oh yes, Astartes too. Ooh.
Oh man,
so good.
I watched that over and over and over. Super epic. Balls to the walls. Damn.
Wow. Gorillamar, what's up, guys? Can't stay. Just want to say hello. I'm looking forward to catching up on the VOD. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, Gorillamar. Thank you for dropping by. And guys, if you like indie comics and indie comic reviews, go follow Gorillamar's YouTube channel. He's doing good stuff. Right. So your book, Gemini Crusaders. Let's take a look at the campaign.
Yes.
That's a good.
Put some light here. It's getting dark.
Yeah. Let me open it up right here. There we go. And then we go to the share button, and then we go to the screen button, and then we go to the Gemini Crusaders tab, and then we go to the share, and then there it is. Blammo.
Yes.
Gemini Crusader, the atomic conductor. So this promises other installments
Yes, free in total. I mean, we can squeeze out a fourth one. I mean, I have some cool ideas now that I'm just more going into the story. But free is basically the goal.
Okay, cool. Shall we watch the trailer?
Please do.
There we go. New logo. Alrighty.
Awesome.
Nice. The refresh. Up. There we go. Cool. 37 backers, 24 days left. You're 43% funded.
Yes.
And this is this the new logo or the old logo?
No, it's a newer logo. We wanted to implement this, but we decided that by long looking at it, it hides, unfortunately, a lot of the arts. And I think this is super duper cool logo, but maybe a little bit too complex for the logo on the cover, because there's so many things going on in here, which I think is super cool. But as a logo, we need to simplify it a little bit more.
Right. Yeah. Welcome, Shadowhawk Talks. Welcome, sir. Let me see if I missed anything. David likes space mummies. They are very badass.
Yes, what?
All right. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't want to miss anything, guys.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes I miss someone who came in and said hi, and I feel bad about that later on.
Mm-hmm.
Soline says, I found 2004's Dawn of War video game to be cheap variant of the tabletop if you don't want to buy all the figures. The units look detailed and have funny death animations. Okay. Well, they're talking about Warhammer still. Then we have Dr. Rhino. Welcome, sir.
Dr. Rhino, hey, man.
Welcome.
Follow Dr. Rhino on his YouTube channel, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He's building his YouTube channel. Good stuff there.
Yeah, absolutely. I love people, diving into that particular, thing that I really like.
It's also a bit different to just like with comics. When you start a YouTube channel, what news are you going to? What new thing are you going to bring? Right?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I mean, and leaving the promotion here a little bit. When I started, I thought, why would I do a YouTube channel? For me, I said I have thousands of books here, and said, maybe I should talk about it, but I didn't really know what I'm doing. Still doing my own thing, and it works so far. It's been slowly, but I'm still getting subscribers, and I think, that's fantastic, because I doing something that I really like and really love, and if you just stick to it, and that is probably the secret, you need to stick to it. You need to keep grinding. You need to, do what you like, what you love, and keep doing it. Otherwise, you don't grow, or you're never gonna get discovered, right?
Well, this also goes for your comics, Marinus. You now have this is your first comic that you're making right now, and whether you like it or you don't, if you don't keep producing comics after this will probably be forgotten. You have to build this catalog of books, right?
Yeah.
So what's your experience with making your own comic? Is it easier than you thought, or is it more difficult? What are the biggest challenges?
Now, that's a very good question, and basically everyone says the same. It's difficult, and because what people underestimate is the time, the costs, And what we are doing now, the promotions, right? I mean, you have to invest a lot of money because it depends on the art that you want to create, right? I mean, you can make it as cheap as possible, or you can, invest a little bit more and you have a little bit more quality, right? But you have to pay the artist. Eventually an inker, if you are, or maybe the artist is doing that, colorist, lettering, etc. You have to try out some pages. People, said, hey, what do you want? And it says, produce me this. And then you're going to figure out if this is what I want. And if not, then, well, you still have to pay the person that created it, right? So we did it with coloring, a lot of color testing, art testing, etc. So a lot of things that we don't use anymore, but we have to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
So there's also some much side costs. And especially the promotion. I knew promotion would be challenging. And I think so far is the most challenging thing that I'm doing now, because I'm not into production yet. So that's another thing. So I don't have experience with that much, but I have a lot of people that I can, like David Below. He gives me a lot of pointers. He helps me with that. So it's going to be fun. Eventually. Yeah. But the hardest thing is not creating the story or figuring how this comic should be looking and how the panels should be flowing. It's more like everything around it. And people should not underestimate I'm going to make a comic. It's hard work. And sometimes if you are not lucky and you lose an artist or you lose a colorist, and then you have to start all over again, right? Luckily, my artist is still, Sid Tellis, is still sticking around even for volume 2. He's really enjoying what we are doing. And he's pumping out pages, and he knows exactly what we want. Yeah, there's some adjustments. I mean, that's something that you have to do. But overall, he basically creates exactly what we are looking for. And that is how do you say? What's the word I'm looking for? You have to be lucky with that somebody really gets what you are going for, right?
Did you approach other artists for this?
No, I believe. Help me out, David. This was basically it was the first, right?
We did approach other artists.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. I don't remember which ones because some just said no.
Oh yeah, that's probably it. Sid was the first person who said, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
Said, oh wow. Okay, let's
do it. Yes.
Wow, somebody wants to work with us, right?
Let's go. Yeah.
So that was.
I think we did approach other artists, but he was the ones whose sample we really connected with. I think he was doing something completely different, like a Western, super realistic and what have you. But like the buildings, the animals, they were super well done. It was like, okay, this guy knows how to do, like different type of animals. The perspective of the buildings are correct. The people look anatomically. It's like, let's try it on. And then he did a couple of concepts for the monsters and the girls. And we're like, no, this guy gets it. Like he gets our vibe. Let's go with this guy. And so far, I think he's happy. I hope he's happy.
Yeah.
He, like I said, he pumps out pages. He makes these really gorgeous girls and this incredible battle scenes with many people. So
it's pretty challenging. It's a pretty challenging story to draw. You have to be able to draw like medieval gear, animals, horses. Very difficult landscapes, massive battles. So there's a lot going on for the artist. So you need a seasoned artist, right?
Yeah,
he's good. He's really, really good. I have to say, like, salute to the guy.
My criteria was backgrounds. That's my go-to thing. I need detailed, or backgrounds, as in I want to show the world, not only that what is in front of you, but also what's happening around it. There's a castle, there's some monsters in the background. People are fighting, and maybe some mountains, maybe some sheds of wood and trees and rivers. I want all of that in it.
Yeah. I want it all.
I want it all.
We have another question from Mike. Another question for the creator. Is this the first comic book that Sid Tallis has drawn? How much creative freedom has he had on the visuals?
Well, I hope you can ask him yourself, because he says, give me a minute, and he comes into the chat. I'm pretty sure he's working on other comics. I believe Melvin, yeah, that was the I'm not sure what that actually is, but he's also working on, Dave, you said that yesterday, that he was working on a comic with Wildstar. You know what?
No, that was Alan Goldman.
Okay, sorry, I misread that. No, he I believe he did a couple of comics, but we don't ask him. It's not really our business.
No, but it's clear that this is not his first comic book.
Absolutely not. No.
When you see the skill level this guy is showcasing here, he's like a professional. He has done a lot of material before this.
He's in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, he's in the chat. Oh, that's cool. Wait, let me move this for a moment. I'm sorry, guys. I'm way behind in the chat. I'm so sorry. Welcome, Sid. Sid Tallis. Welcome, sir. Excellent.
Hey, mate.
I totally forgot to tell it that we are here. So, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he has basically creative freedom. I mean, we give him, some pointers or maybe a little bit of the direction, but basically he has a lot of freedom to do whatever he wants. We just course correcting some panels here and there, but when it comes to designs and the overall look and the aesthetic, I leave it up to him, because Sid knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing, and who am I to interfere what he is doing? And not only that, he creates something that we want and actually like. So I said, you know what? You do you, right? And he's putting out banger after banger.
Absolutely. But when you write your story, you have this clear vision of this world and what how these creatures maybe look like, and things that need to happen, maybe certain details, and then you hand the script over. I get this layout or this page, and does it often connect to what you visualized, or is it often like very different?
Well, the problem is, if you are writing a story for the first time, you have something that is in your mind that how it should look like, but you can only visualize that if somebody actually draws the character in, on paper or on digital, ink. So we had some realization how a character I mean, when it comes to Vivian and Isabel, the two girls, right? I know exactly how they should look like. I said I want to have a blonde one, a geeky one, preferably a little bit, bigger chest area. Right? We are people after all. And the other one is basically the opposite, more like a robust, more like a down to earth, like a easygoing, but strong female character, more defensive, because they are sisters, right? So there should be some differences there, and their look should also be different. And when it comes to pylons and creature designs, I mean, when we said, hey, I wanted to have a tower pylon, something that with that looks like a tower, has defensive mechanisms, and the girl needs to be in that particular thing, but it has to be organic, and it has to move around. And then Sid came up with the thing that spits fire and acid. And that was great. I said, yeah, let's run with this. I mean, come on.
Here we go.
With metallic spider legs, right? And then laser beaming people in the head, and, melting people and set them on, well, not people, aliens, and set them on fire. It was great.
Although we did have at the very beginning a little bit of iterations with the design.
Yes.
I don't know, that was more like between you and me, where we were like, oh, it should look like this, it should look like that. So before we gave the descriptions to him, we did have a little bit of back and forth. How exactly is this going to be different than anything else that's been done before? But I think with the girls, it was you were very specific with the girls, like, it has to look like this, like that. With the monsters and the robots, it was a bit more freedom. Like, okay, it has to look different. It has to look bizarre. Hey, Sid, go crazy with it.
Yes.
And the results were like, okay, yeah, we're going with what we're drawing. Is the result that he was giving us were so pleasing. There's like, yeah, you know what? We're rolling with it. This is good. Let's go on.
Yeah.
Baba Yaga house.
Yeah, Baba Yaga's house.
Really nice.
Well, yeah, okay. If you look at it like that, if you give it a little bit more, what's that? Right?
So tell us now. I can directly tell you that I love what you did with my sketch card. I was watching a movie with a friend when Marinus sent it. Like, what do you think? And it's just perfect. So you guys were sending out stretch card.
Yeah, I'm gonna
sketch cards.
Sketch card. You know what? I'm gonna show you. Just give me a second. I'm gonna look for it.
Take
a little bit extra promotion, right? It would be cool.
Of course. Yeah, the art on this is fantastic, but not only the art, but also the color work. We need to give a shout out to Federico Sioc.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the color work is just so good. Look at this. That's really, really cool.
And the other one is Matt Martins. He did 1 till 9. I can share the.
What do you mean? The colors?
Yeah, there's 2 colorists on board.
Right.
Marcus Martins.
Yeah, Marcus Martin.
Oh, you're sharing something. All right, let me show this.
Yeah.
Show on the stream. There we go. Whoa.
Yeah, and this is just a sketch, right? So it's not even finished. It's going to be inked and colored as well.
Wow.
So this is basically the basis, what you can get. And it's already here. And I showed it to Sol and said, hey, Sol, this is what you are looking for. Because maybe Sol can add a little bit more story. I believe it's coming from a PSP game, a PS Vita game, I believe, that he's really fond of. And he showed me a couple of, art. And I showed it then to Sid. And Sid basically said, hey, I got this. And yeah, super. It's awesome.
So wait, what is that? Is this something people can buy on your campaign as a extra?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can get the book plus a sketch card, and that's personalized also, or is it something that he makes that you copy and multiple people?
No, it's basically personalized. I mean, we talked about Sid about that, if I remember correctly. If people say, hey, I want characters from Gemini Crusader, sure. But if you say, hey, I want to have something totally different, like a fantasy or from a game or maybe, superhero stuff, I'm sure Sid can tackle that.
Sure. So Lion says, I asked for the character Similia from the PS Vita game Soul Sacrifice Delta. I don't know it. She's basically dark fantasy Red Riding Hood with a twist. The wolf is her grandma. Whoa.
Cool.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
man. So people can get that. That's awesome.
Is
right.
the twist that the evil grandma ate the evil human grandma ate the wolf, and she has to open up the, the human grandma to get.
Yeah, you have a lot of. We've looked at the art before of the covers because this cover is fantastic. With the colors, look at these colors. That's nuts. Love it. And then we have to cover this cover by Pow.
Oh, you don't.
We're
share.
not sharing.
You're not sharing.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Damn.
You were shot again,
I'm just talking here. No response.
No response.
Right, there we go. This is the cover by Pow, right?
Yes, this is Pow Roderick's cover. Super fantastic. So, like I said, we have 3 covers, 3 different. So you can choose whatever you want. I mean, it's right. And we can get over this. I mean, this is Sid's colors. This basically watercolored digital version, watercolored horror cover. I mean, look at this. Isn't this great?
This is so good.
Yeah, I love that.
It's incredible good work. Then we have Pow, and then we have some trading cards.
Yeah, we have a trading card. Every physical backer gets a trading card. If we're going to hit the goal, we have other free cards as well that we're going to offer. We have to update the campaign basically to let the people know. But look at this; it's just super fun. Also done by Sid, by the way. It gives this very painterly, not really a style, but more like when you see when people get painted in the past, in the medieval times, they were just sitting there, and when somebody else, drawing or painting, and it has this very a little bit similar style that she just standing still, looking to something, and then with the wind blowing in her hair and this creak behind her. I don't know. It evokes some kind of emotion or a feeling. I really like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, nice work.
Yeah.
Nice. Right. Shall we go through the perks quickly? We have here the choose your perk. So the featured perk is 69 euros. I have it set to euros.
Okay.
And this is the sketch tier that we were talking about, right?
Yes, this is one of the sketch tiers, indeed. And you got also a physical copy with the cover of your own choosing and digital.
So you get this phenomenal personalized sketch plus the book. This is a fantastic deal, guys.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only one claimed. Get on this, people. This is a great deal.
Absolutely.
And you can get the digital version for €8, which is I think about $9.
Yeah, around $9.
More or less.
Yeah, it depends on the conversion rate nowadays.
Yeah.
No tariffs on that one.
No tariffs on that one.
The Gemini Crusader physical book, cover A, 15 years, about $16, I think.
Yes.
Cover B by Sid Tellis himself.
Yeah.
Right. So this is Alan Goldman, by the way.
Yeah.
Sid Tellis, and then Pau Roderick. So all three of them phenomenal artists. It's difficult to choose.
Right.
So that's why you can get all three covers in this tier.
In this bundle, right? It saves on shipping a lot.
Exactly. 7 claimed. That's good. Excellent. Sketch by Sid Tellis plus cover.
Yeah, I mean, can you expand that, by the way, or not?
I can do this a little bit.
That's weird.
No.
Normally, you should click on it and then should expand it what it's inside. Just give me a second. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't want it to show any details that I don't want to show.
No. If you click on it, it only expands on the details of the exactly.
Oh, this is what you mean, right?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so the stunning artist of your fine book can provide you with a sketch where only your imagination is the limit. You can pick from all characters and monsters from the book, or really any comic book figure you can think of. Your commission is penciled inked on A4 format. Comes with covers of your own choice, A or B or C plus digital. All right.
Yeah. I mean, A4, that's not small.
No.
It's pretty.
All right, cool. And this is, I don't see, there's no limit here. So
nope.
So come
on. I
I
guess no gore, no safe for work, or I don't know. Just the usual. No furries.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No furries.
Yeah. No. I
don't know.
You're all welcome. If you want furs are okay.
It depends what you are looking for, right?
Sure.
I mean, I believe Sid has some limitations when it comes to what he wants to draw. But not, but I don't know what when it comes to personal commissions, how far he can go. Maybe he says this all limits are off and he can do everything. I'm not entirely sure, but we can talk about that, right?
Yeah, we also have these campaigns where people can get like personal commissions. And
right.
Sometimes we get some strange requests, some interesting requests.
Mm-hmm.
And then I leave it up to Pau what he's comfortable with.
Yeah, same here, right? I mean, right.
Yeah.
Same. Yes.
Let's see if I missed anything. What size is that second sketch tier? That's the A4. That's this one, right?
Yeah, this is the A4. The other one is just a normal sketch card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryu, welcome. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Ryu Maverick, welcome, sir.
Hey, buddy.
Comic looks fantastic, he says.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Push Sid's drawing skills to their limits.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love doing that with artists. Like, oh yeah, can you draw this? You know? And then,
Yeah, try that. You know?
Yeah.
Just go all out.
Yeah. Excellent.
I mean, like I said, this is something that is fun, that is original. It has cool characters. You know, we have two sisters. We have also a professor that guides, you know, Isabel here on her journey because she is interested in the Pylon lore, what happened hundreds of years ago, where the aliens come from, although they do not know the concept of aliens, but they see them as something that has saved the valley and basically referring to a little bit, right? Because they saved them. But since they are looking too outlandish and, you know, they don't know if it's good or bad, you know, because of how people perceive things in the Middle Ages, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we have also Bertrand the Knight. You know, he is this very cool, literally knight in shining armor. He's going to play a big role in the comic books. He's more like introduced here, you know, in the background. He's doing this rally cry with his troops because, well, they are basically having a very hard time repelling these creatures from hell, if you will. Well, they're not coming from hell, but that's what they think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. But these girls, they are the main characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. The other ones are side characters.
Sure. Welcome, Islin. Arrive late, she says. No, we just started early.
Yeah.
So,
you're just in time.
Yeah. Welcome. Well, we have a few minutes left, so people can check this out, guys. The link to this campaign is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description of this video. Plus the links to other things Marinus does, like your YouTube channel. You do daily comic book reviews, right?
Yes.
So people can subscribe.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah, like I said, if you want to something fresh, something new, something you have never seen before, and want to see great art and colors, we got that in space. You won't be disappointed. Even if it's not going to get funded, we're going to make the book anyway, right? So it's going to get into your hand. I promise that. Like I said, that is my goal as a comic creator. And we're going to do it, you know? So please take a chance. Even if you said, you know what, the shipping cost is a lot, we have the digital option. If you want to help me a little bit more, there's other options as well. You know, by buying the physical book, you get a free sketch card. Or maybe if you're interested, you know, having a sketch perk or an A4 perk with, you know, that you can whip you something up that you like. And it's going to be a banger.
Yeah, this is so we're working both of us in this project.
Yes.
And we're giving it our everything. It's like this.
This is very
tremendous potential, and we love this project. I love this project. And I was like, I really want to see it happen. So help us make it happen, as they say. We don't reach the goal, we're gonna make it anyway.
Yeah.
It's with the both of us. So if one of us dies, like the other one can, you know, keep the legacy.
Whoa.
And you know, just in case if we both die, then Dave Brink is gonna finish the comic for us. You know.
Yeah, right? Sure, of course.
That's going to be called Perfect Crusaders. So yeah.
No, let's keep alive.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Don't go make me risky business and risk sports. You know, just chill with me.
So Lion says Marinus likes chivalry. There are no reports of him throwing his jacket in the puddle and going, "Ma'am," but he really likes knights though.
No, I'm not going to throw my jacket in a puddle for no one. It's my jacket. I'm not a knight.
Right. All right, guys. Good luck with the campaign. After this is done, you will launch it on other platforms, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if that's going to work out on Indiegogo, I'm going to go to Font My Comic and Kickstarter. You know, every backer counts, every dollar that I can get to make this comic. You know, because I also want to, you know, complete the trilogy. So, and like I said in the beginning, making comics is not expensive. So we pay everything from our own well hard-earned money, right? And it would be cool if we can, people help us with donating so that we can have a little bit more wiggle room. But it's gonna happen anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're beyond the point of no return, right?
Yes.
So now you have to finish it.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're at page 23 now, right, David?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
23, 24. It's 32 pages, so it's no going
Nice.
back. We're only going forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Look.
Yes. Back to book, guys. Marinus, David, thank you both so much for being my guest for today. After talking
Thank you
about
for
your
the invite.
campaign.
Of course.
Thank you
you.
very much for letting us be in your
You guys
your
are very,
chat.
very welcome.
Appreciate that.
All right. And
Are
Red
you-
Eyes, back Red Eyes 2.
Definitely, yes. And
Right.
so you're gonna. So just very, very quickly, what is this thing you're doing with Alan Goldman? Is that like genuine verse? Is that like Perfect 10? Is that something new?
Well, yeah,
Safeguard. No, is the thing the name?
Yeah. It's a new series, but it's genuine verse. So luckily I got to work with Alan Goldman basically on anything that I wanted. And I
Jealousy.
chose this because it connects to the Perfect 10 like story, and it expands the Jamie Comics universe, and Alan just is phenomenal. So he can, and it's my first like team book also. And Alan can handle a lot of characters. So
And
really cool.
you, David, has also something from Alan Goldman, right?
I have covers from Alan Goldman. Yes, I'm gonna make a sort of a second chance campaign for for Red Eyes 4 with an ultimate edition of the book that includes the monster manual, and it's gonna have an Alan Goldman cover. I don't know. I think I've showed it in Twitter here and there.
Oh yeah,
Here's
yeah.
The censored version for the YouTube gods to be, like storks.
Oh wait, let me.
Yeah, I can make it bigger.
There we go.
So this is going to be the cover of the ultimate edition.
Don't move too much.
There he is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's super awesome.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So, with all the stork boobies that you want.
Really nice, man.
Yeah.
Really cool. But you need. So did you have it inked?
Yes.
Okay.
With what's his name? Diego Gomez.
Yeah, Thiago. Yeah.
Yep.
That is good.
Mike is saying something.
Thiago's now scooped up by the Ripperverse, so he's not even available for me anymore.
I know, that's also jealousy override.
Wait, let me please drop links. Wait, Marinus on YouTube. Yeah, thank you so much for dropping that. So, Ian, what did you say, Marinus? What did I miss?
Oh, Mike says I got a new subscriber.
Oh, yeah, that's Eastland.
Eastland, thank you so much. Awesome.
Thank you, Eastland.
Yeah.
Mike says, Darksyde, read Perfect 10 issue 5.
Yeah, 100%.
It's really good.
It really affects Safeguard. Oh, does
Oh,
it?
really?
Ooh,
Okay.
ooh,
Interesting.
Well, anyway, thank you, Marinus. Thank you, David. And thank you so much, chat, for being here, for liking this stream. So if you like the conversation, please give this video a like or comment or whatever. And if you didn't like it, give it a dislike. And I'm very sorry about that.
Ring the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'll be back next week. So next Sunday. I forgot who my guest is, but it will be wonderful. So I hope to see you guys then. So same time, same channel, new guest. Hope to see you next week. Have a great Easter. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.